So I would like to focus on 3 items: SNETP Secretariat, this is financing, my long-term vision, and present challenges of SNETP. So going to the first, despite it is not so important, but we must pick up also this issue. So you know that since 2008, the ECDG RTD, and we are very appreciating this, is financially supporting SNETP with FP7 action financing through projects, our cost of our secretariat, including printing, distribution, organizing, also the strategic activities. Then the ECDG RTD has issued a strategy paper expressing the fact that under Horizon 2020, it will stop funding European technology platforms in general, basic secretariat costs, and it opens the possibility to fund specific activities, which is more or less the highest value, I think, of our activity for EC is the production of the strategic documents. It was starting with the vision paper, strategic research agenda, deployment strategy, and today Bruno Smith underlined other important documents the EC would appreciate if we to look and try to bring on the table from our community. Based on this, in February 2013, the Governing Board asked Executive Committee to examine different scenarios and possibilities, and in September, the Governing Board decided that no legal entity on this time is needed for SNETP. Basic functions of Secretariat represents approximately 80,000 euro per year, and to collect this amount as membership fee, it could be exhaustive, maybe comparing the amount. The fee is maybe not necessary. I mean, if we may find better solution before May 2014. The chair and vice chair on governing board and chair of executive committee will collect proposals from governing board members and prepare recommendation for the next SNETP governing board, which will be February 12 in Brussels, 2014. Sorry, for 2013. The SNETP executive committee with the secretary will prepare a proposal for strategic activity, and the chair will present it in next governing board meeting for approval, and we will do our best to convince the European Commission to this or other way finance this strategic activity, and I think especially looking to the system integration, social challenges, and other activities, it is of urgent importance to have such product as soon as possible on the table. Next one. So what could be the potential outcome? Either the Secretary will be financed on EC funding for specific activity, and basic cost will be taken by donors, or whole cost if we fail with EC. Second possibility is that we find that the membership fee is necessary because we have not we were not enough inventive, and we didn't find easier solution, so the membership is not excluded. If a membership fee will be necessary, it will be either on equal basis, and in that case it could be from 800 euro per year per organization up to, if we fail with EC, 2,500 euro per year. Or if we look not on the equal basis, it could be maximum for the largest organization, 8,000 euro per year. respectively 25 euro per year, which is, I think, too much, but I give you the whole spread of possibilities because what I asking for, and I hope you will believe governing board, that General Assembly mandates governing board to find the best possible solution to finance the SNETP Secretariat and, if necessary, propose membership fee in above defined limits and define organization to collect the money on its account in behalf of SNETP. I think this is necessary because we have to act during first half of the year before the next General Assembly. And if you have any good ideas, you know the governing board members, and please discuss and feed us information through them, because I am overloaded, and if I get too many mails, it can happen that I overlook some. But if you choose your stakeholder in the governing board, I think it is the proper way to bring ideas. Next one. So then, and I must say I prepared these slides before all this, what has happened during this week, and much before Bruno Smith's speech here. So I hope Hamid or I didn't see Marta. I hope it will be properly reflected in the conclusions of the General Assembly. So this is, again, remind you, before we have discussed all this discussion here, so it should be corrected after discussion. I think SNETP will and must remain technical R&D oriented organization. We shouldn't go outside this envelope. No politics, no lobbyist. The three pillars of SNETP vision report are successfully transferred to defined activities with higher probability as legal entities in long-term future. And this is the major activity, because without these technologies, I think we cannot offer what we would like to offer to European Union, what we would like to offer to society and citizens to make them life better. And this is Nugenia, which already started and is a legal entity. We have the two pillars which were presented their activity. I don't think they can or should make legal entity much before they start the construction, because it is dynamic process and you never know who will be the final partners. So we understand this, and it is much beyond my activity in SNETP on any level when we expect that there will be these legal entities. Then all the time, and even after that, SNETP will remain their umbrella, financed by either them or other way, as a major EC partner with the main focus on equilibrium between the three pillars, because it is important. If they go to big activities, it will be about big money, and we should look for equilibrium. General aspects on sustainable nuclear energy development, its system integration, and focus on social and economical challenges in European Union and member states, and cross-cutting issues within the nuclear field and outside the nuclear field, and even outside maybe European Union. And the long-term vision is to be, because these are my personal ideas. This long-term vision is to be prepared by executive committee, discussed in governing board and with SNEP members, and finally approved by one of the next general assemblies in the future. We cannot wait. I think these are the present challenges, and I am very happy that I have anticipated what can happen. It has happened. So I have been looking to Europe 2020, and the impact of economic crisis and other things really calls for looking on the impact on the society and citizens. And we were asked by Bruno Smith to look this direction. There was interdisciplinary study on 2012, followed by symposium. We get similar and some other recommendations. We are looking that the set plan has the initiative to go in the direction of the system integration, preparing integrated roadmap. I think both EC and we are understanding that this is first step, and the product which is planned for February will be not something which is final product. It will be first step on long way to the future, and we should do some contribution to this. So we have to complement our present appropriate focus on the three pillars, and we should complement them with three other things, and to look at social and economic challenges, system integration challenges in nuclear energy, and nuclear research must be considered joint endeavor, not only in our research community. We should little bit go out from our box and involve also politicians and the public whenever it is reasonable and possible. And we should look on other aspects. What I think is important, we should keep in mind that in member states we have very specific conditions. We must work on good solutions on the member states level conditions to reach good and robust solution on European Union level condition. Because looking on the average conditions, you never will understand the problems. You will have problems in this member state, this type, other member states, other. It is difficult to understand for me why Norway, for example, should go nuclear when they have so big hydrogen storage. It will be different problem for nuclear in countries with large hydrogen energy because they have storage capacity. It will be different in other countries. So I think we should, doing the job on what we were asked by Bruno, we should look on a larger spectrum of condition. So I think this is all what I have to say to long-term future and short-term challenges. Do you have any questions, comments, or recommendations? I will very appreciate.
Thank you very much, Frantisek, for your very comprehensive talk. So I feel a bit obliged to give some answers to. First, I appreciated what you said in your previous slide. Sorry, is it work? Okay. Okay, in your previous slide, so you were saying that SNETP is going to focus on R&D work and rest on these three platforms. And contrary to what was said by Bruno this morning, so these three pillars will rest, Eugenia, SNE, and NC2I. So it is not what he has in mind. Alors, now this is my first point. And the second point is about the funding of the Secretariat. As you know, last year there was a decision by RTD not to finance any longer the Secretariat of the European technology platforms. So we were not very happy with this decision, and we tried to fight against it, but it was not possible to change the decision. On the contrary, what you know is that we could finance some activities of the platforms, but not the Secretariat. Concerning these activities, it is maybe writing reports, so maybe the deployment strategy, the report that were suggested by Bruno. I mean, all this, I think this is very interesting. So this extension to the other energy systems. And of course, we could also finance some symposiums. For that, we have to put a specific topic in the next framework, in the next work program. So please, if you can still interact with your member states, with the CC efficient, to ask to add this topic. But currently, we have to also, how is it, not to correct, but we have to revise the work program because we had some input from the member states for some other topics. So we shall take this opportunity to put a topic on this financing of the platforms. Now, there is one thing I could tell you that concerning funding Secretariat, of course, you could do it by asking your members to pay a funding, a contribution. This is already done in New Guinea. From what I heard, New Guinea has no problem with that. I have other examples like the NERIS platform on emergency management and also the Melody platform. Bon, I think that it is not a real problem. So that's all.
I would like to, I first respond. I would like, thank you very much. If you have not overlooked, we have said that there is a task for executive committee to prepare proposal for our strategic document, not only what you have mentioned, but also the system integrations of the challenges. And then I strongly recommend Enric to be in close cooperation with you to properly propose this idea. And we are very appreciating your support, your participation in our activities. So I think we are here to find the best solution to bring added value to the European Commission, and of course it cannot be completely cost-free, because if should we calculate the value, put it in our strategic document, it will be much more, maybe 1 or 2 order more than what is the cost of the paper at the end and organization of this activity. So we are prepared to be cooperative with you how to organize this. There was another, yeah, please.
Just a short comment upon what you have said. I think that all the Eugenia members are perfectly aware about the importance of supporting SNETP, but please consider that the most of them are members both of New Guinea and SNETP, and I have not to pay twice.
Yeah, but I think it was discussed 1.5 hours on the governing board. We are aware of these all problems. If you have any ideas, please, as I recommended, go through the governing board members, and we will make final decision on February 12, 2040. Yes, please.
Just to make sure that it's completely clear that in order to have any opportunity to make a proposal for support in this kind of activities, we need to modify the present draft of the work program. So this is a major message to all the different partners that can influence on the national representative, if you think so, that to recommend to change it, because otherwise there will be no opportunity in 2 years.
Yeah, so I would like to underline what you are saying, that all our members should work, make homework on their member states level to support our idea that, and I think it is for member states even more important than for EC to have a viable, openly available strategic documents in the nuclear field for their activity. Thank you. Are there any? Yes, please.
Yes, just to tell that I fully support what you have proposed in your slide. I'm sure we will find a solution, even if somebody of you are afraid to pay twice. I'm sure we will solve it. So the doors you open are, in my opinion, in a good way. And you didn't really tell when we need to have precise way to decide. Till the end of the year?
No, I said clearly that proposal from...
During spring?
No. February 12th, we have governing board.
Okay, right.
And if we would like not to make more governing boards,
Sure.
we make this decision on February 12th, and we need money somewhere in May 2014.
That's clear. Thank you.
Sorry, if I may say, concerning, your governing board, this is okay in February, but I would like to ask you, but I already passed this message to some of the delegations. Please, for the revision of the draft work program 2014-2015, it is now. And we could put a topic, a general topic, which could cover the study that you were mentioning, that Bruno was mentioning. Now, there is one thing that I have forgotten to say, is that so the European Commission appreciated a lot the work of the platform, especially with the Fukushima report and the strategic research agenda, and also on the roadmap of the new GENIA, which was published recently. Okay, so I know that it has represented a lot of work, as you said, Frantisek. Okay.
So I think there are no other, yeah, please. Last, maybe, yeah, please. Mike.
Hello. It's David from the Weinberg Foundation again. Could I ask whether the governing board will, at the foundation, we're very concerned with the development of emerging nuclear technologies in fission research, new fuel cycles, new reactor systems. And one of the questions we have about the Horizon 2020 structure and the new work program is that there may be some new emerging technologies that come along in the next 2 to 3 years. For instance, I'm thinking of potentially some aspects of molten salt reactor systems, for instance, and also the results of the thorium tests in the Halden reactor in Norway. There may be some results over the next 2 to 3 years, and we're just wondering whether there's any provision for the inclusion of these sorts of new emerging technologies in future work programs and in future strategic research agenda. That's all.
So I think concerning the EC, you have here EC representatives, and so far I know they are updating the work program every 2 years under Horizon 2020 in the frame of approved, not yet 5 years program, which is finished now. Concerning our SNETP, you have strategic research and innovative agenda, which is approved, and you have executive committee, which is on the everyday basis looking what is going on and brings, if there are needed any corrections, information to governing board, and governing board is deciding. Christoph Behar would like to comment something?
Just one point. We in Gen 4 Forum updated the main milestones for each of the 6 nuclear reactors we are still working on since 15 years. And it's clear for us that molten salt reactor, if it appears, will appear after 2040, because we all believe that there are many work to be done in that area. So I'm not sure that we will have so soon, I mean 3 years, as you said, a new technology which will arrive so fast.
So
Could I just respond to that point? Thank you for that point. I would just say that there are many types.
I think Michel Icon would like to comment something.
Just
sorry.
In the work program, sometimes we are putting topics on innovative technology. So then you could answer to this one, okay? I would say innovative technology or something which was maybe forgotten by the SNETP platform. So just okay. Bon.
So I think
we disagree. It wasn't forgotten. It was considered.
Yeah.
So considered and abandoned. Okay. Yes, there is a long time planning. Yes.
For me, it is not important because the amount of money is in the field, where it is, of course, important for R&D on the university and small research amount level, and it is not the major aspect, and we are here to really try to help European Commission and European Union to improve the situation in the energy field and bring some support to improve the social situation.